All right. So this is affirmations and scripting, and it's literally just a quick whistle stop tour again. I like that term, whistle stop tour. Um, to either remind you what it is or to give you an introduction to it if you're not aware of what it is. So an affirmation is used for spiritual development, and it's a positive, empowering statement. And for it to be an affirmation, you should be repeating it regularly. So the point of doing affirmations is to shift your mindset. It helps to reinforce your inner beliefs and align with spiritual goals or values. So if you have a negative mindset, and I think all of us on some level can struggle with negative thoughts as a result of things that may have happened in our life, and then it becomes something that we're afraid of, and then we develop an expectation that if this happens, that's going to happen. So a basic example of that is, if I got cheated on by two ex-boyfriends, so that means all men cheat, and if I get with someone new, they're going to cheat on me. So we need to shift that mindset positively, and affirmations can be really good for that. So an affirmation in that situation might be something like, I am ready for somebody who is a match to me and is going to be loyal and kind and loving, something like that. So they're often used to help cultivate inner peace, self-awareness, and create a deeper connection with one's higher self or the universe. Cultivation of inner peace is through positive thinking, getting your mindset to be more positive more regularly. Self-awareness, affirmations can help us to realize what our thought patterns are. By going through the process of thinking of things that we want to affirm, it might help to magnify some of our negative thought patterns. By consciously affirming a desired truth or quality, such as love or clarity or strength, we can reshape our thoughts and therefore our energy. And that supports our personal growth and our overall spiritual well-being. So changing our thoughts changes our energetic pattern. It changes our frequency. The more positive our thoughts are throughout the day, and then over time, the more positive and powerful our energy is that we're emitting out to the universe. So some examples of positive affirmations: I am grounded, present, and open to the wisdom of the universe. Peace flows through me with every breath I take. I trust that everything is unfolding for my highest good. I love that one because I think a lot of people think bad stuff always happens to me when lots of trauma happens. I am a vessel of light, love, and calm strength. Each day I grow more aligned with my true self. And that's something that we've talked about, and Victoria's talked about, is returning to self. So aligning with our true selves. I release what no longer serves me and welcome clarity. I am worthy of love, inner peace, and spiritual fulfillment. Gratitude fills my heart and guides my journey. Again, gratitude is a great one because gratitude automatically puts us in a high frequency. Every time we think, oh, I'm so grateful for this, oh, this is wonderful, thank you so much to the Most High, thank you, God, that raises our vibration. I honor my intuition and trust the path it reveals. Again, some people struggle with honoring their intuition. We're in a society that's very much programmed to go from our mind and not our heart or our gut. So to honor your intuition and trust the path is a great affirmation. And I am connected to all that is sacred, whole, and divine. So if you really want to step up your affirmations, there's a technique called the 369 method. It's a simple, focused way of manifesting your intentions. So you write down your affirmation or affirmations 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. So I'll say from my own experience that I've recently started doing the 369 method again. My affirmations I've had to adapt and change over time because I'm extra, and my affirmations were like, had to cover everything. So they were like 2 sentences each, and I had about 30 of them. Try doing that 3 times, 6 times, and then 9 times. The 9 times would take about 2 hours. It was like, I was like,
Yeah, I love it.
I need to change this. So I've changed them now. I've gone down to 9. I've kept them short, and I've done the ones that I regard as the top of my list, and I've been achieving it now. So for the past week, I've been doing 369 morning, afternoon, evening. And again, if it takes, before it was taking me like half an hour to do 3, 45 minutes to an hour to do 6, and then an hour and a half to do 9. Now it takes me 5 minutes to do 3, 10 minutes to do 6, and 15, 20 minutes to do 9. So I had to remove that barrier of time because I was blocking myself by being too complex with it. So by simplifying it, now I want to do it. Even if I'm really tired, I know I can squeeze 10 minutes in. It's nothing, I'll get that done. But if I'm exhausted, I'm not sitting down for an hour and a half to do 9 affirmations. It's not going to happen. So it's important to like be realistic about it and do what's achievable for yourself. It could be 1 affirmation. It doesn't have to be loads. It could just be 1 thing that you're really aiming for. Like, I affirm that I am a great father, for instance. The repetition is there because it helps embed the affirmation into your subconscious, by reinforcing the belief and the focus throughout the day. And the numbers 3, 6, and 9 are said to hold spiritual or energetic significance, and that enhances the power of the intention. So that goes back to Nikola Tesla. You can look that up if you're not aware of who he is, but he talks about the power of the 3, 6, 9 in the universe, and that if you tap into that, things manifest quicker and stronger. But the key really is to be consistent, is to have clarity, and to feel the words that you're writing, or even say them out loud. So that's something, again, I've just recently started doing, is actually saying them out loud as I write them. For some reason, again, I've had a barrier with saying them. I don't know why, but mentally I was just like, I don't want to say it, I just write it. But now I'm saying them as I write them. And I think, what was the other thing I wanted to say? Yeah, what I realized when I first started doing it a few years ago, because I was like, what is the point of this? But once I started doing it, I realized quite quickly that my thoughts had changed. That when you write something out 3 times in the morning, and then 6 times in the afternoon, and then 9 times at night, it makes it really present. And your thoughts can only change by doing that. And then you start to actually feel the change, feel the deeper belief that what you're saying is true. So I'm an advocate for affirmations and the 369 method. So in summary, they work to reprogram our subconscious mind. Again, if you're aware or not aware, there's loads out there on the subconscious mind and reprogramming it. But essentially, you can't really change anything from the conscious mind. The conscious mind, we think we can, and that's why people end up struggling to make change. You have to go to the program that's running behind the conscious, which is the subconscious. So if you do your affirmations first thing in the morning, in the AM, when you wake up, or just before you go to sleep, it assists the process of reprogramming your subconscious mind. And this is scientific, it has been proven. So your mind goes into different states as you're going into sleep. And whatever you think about just before you go to sleep goes right to the subconscious, the same as when you wake up, which is why when people wake up and look at their phone first, it's a problem. Because if you go straight onto social media or YouTube, and I've done it and I still sometimes do it, you don't know what you're going to come across. And you could come across something really negative, and that will go straight into your subconscious mind. So positive thoughts reinforced throughout the day absolutely can shift your focus and therefore shift your perspective. And again, if we want to go into quantum and quantum realities and moving through timelines and things like that, everything is perspective. We're in a quantum universe with every possible reality all happening at the same time. And it's just a matter of our perspective at any given time, which is why being present is really important as well, because the decisions that we make in each moment change the trajectory of our reality. So we need to keep a positive focus and a positive perspective. So scripting is just kind of advancing on from that a little bit. So you write about your desires and your intentions as if they've already happened. You use detailed positive language to align your energy with the reality that you wish to create. So it's another way of manifesting. It taps into the power of the written word and into your imagination. It helps you to clarify your goals and strengthen your belief in their possibility. And again, that's all it really comes down to, is that, you know, we imagine our reality, and then we have to have a firm knowledge, which is beyond belief, because belief isn't real. You know, I don't believe I have children. I know I've got children. So when you know, then things have to manifest. So by emotionally connecting with the outcome as you write, and that's by feeling gratitude, joy, fulfillment, again, you raise your vibration and you raise your signal to the universe. You can script as much as you like. You can do it daily, as often as you feels right. It can be part of your spiritual routine. I have used scripting. There's things manifested in my world now that are just unbelievable, that I scripted about 4 years ago. I do think from doing this presentation, I'd benefit from doing it a bit more as well. So an example of scripting: I am so deeply grateful for the love and joy that fills my life every day. My partner and I share a beautiful, committed, monogamous relationship built on trust, laughter, and deep connection. We explore the world together, hand in hand, experiencing new cultures, stunning landscapes, and unforgettable adventures. Our bond grows stronger with every journey, and our life together flows with abundance in every sense, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Money comes easily and supports the life we love, allowing us to live freely and fully. I feel safe, cherished, and completely aligned with the love I always knew was meant for me. So that's an affirmation, a script for myself, for my future self and my future partner. And I will say this presentation has absolutely been assisted by ChatGPT. Thank you, ChatGPT, for helping me and for writing this amazing script. So again, that's it. Go ahead, Gabriel.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interject or catch wisdom. But reading that, remember, it takes me back to when me and you and Amaro were talking about journaling, and how not always writing down, like, you know, you have negative thoughts, you want to write it down, you know, get it off, but not always writing, you know, what bad happened and what negative happens can, you know, manifest and stuff like that if you keep doing it and keep being stuck there. And how writing this can create a positive, like more a positive future. Kind of seeing that now, as I've been journaling. Probably write negative stuff just because to get it off my mind, but I feel like that has been more manifesting rather than to do a script on something positive that you will want to see, you know, engraving it in the paper and for it to come true. That just kind of, it kind of took me back to that time when you said you have to, you know, know when to switch over from writing negative stuff to writing positive affirmations to build you instead of always going back to the trauma and things of that nature. I kind of think I just did that
Absolutely.
flip.
Yeah, thank you. Because yeah, I realized I was re-traumatizing myself. You can only go over stuff, excuse me, so much and get it, and then you got to move on. And then when you realize how this thing works, and that every time you revisit it, you're just dipping your toes back in the past. So thank you for highlighting that, Gabriel. So this comes back to you and what you were talking about at the last write about now, the power of the pen. So I thought, let me look into this a bit more because we all kind of knew what we were saying, but we didn't. You know, there wasn't like a solid, it was an intuitive knowing that we were all talking about, and an experiential knowing. And IMI did reference something that he read in an article. But essentially, when you write by hand as opposed to typing or using digital devices, it engages the brain more deeply, enhancing memory, focus, and emotional processing. So, the University of Tokyo and Princeton University indicate that handwriting activates multiple regions of the brain linked to learning, creativity, and comprehension. So I did have a look at the University of Tokyo research very briefly, and they were saying write on paper. It wasn't like, they were saying if you use devices, you're actually limiting yourself. So to get the best results, write on paper. Physically forming letters on paper creates stronger neural connections. It makes it easier to retain and internalize the information. For spiritual and reflective practices like journaling, affirmations, scripting, it can foster a more mindful, intentional experience. And that can help the individual connect more authentically with their own thoughts and emotions. So, Gabriel, you were right. Victoria, you were right. I am I, he was right. And I was right. We were all right.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's it really. That's it in a nutshell. So if we go on to any comments or thoughts or questions.